Beautiful day, second day two of our national holiday for inside Nigeria, and still Baraka de Salah to all our Muslim faithful. And I hope so when they enjoy the holiday season. Work goes to start again tomorrow, and once work starts tomorrow, the rat race will continue, and the buzz for inside life will continue again. But my name is Precious Inya. Just to make a welcome on to update with Precious. Now here we bring on a matter them with the hot as it is shell for inside Nigeria. We bring on the updates them one by fellow. How on a day this evening, how the team day on for body, what is going on, how on they feel. Well, as I make a bring on an update on things and what they happen sharply. So I go drop on this update them sharply before my guest coming come join us in the next couple of minutes. Make we start the proper conversation because a lot of matter day where we get to talk about, and those matter them then wear gyms, then carry gyms, and no matter we get to do it, how we go fit use move our country forward. So it is very important make we pay attention to those matter them way go move our country forward. All right. Earlier today, Peter Obi been get an interview where he say he talk a lot of things. So go touch light on those interview where he say Peter Obi been get, and then the things that we talk for inside the interview. But apart from Peter Obi interview, Ali Ndume be also interview yesterday evening, where he say he talk a lot of things for inside the interview. We'll also touch light on the things where Ali Ndume talk for inside that interview where he say in hold, and then we'll go look at the things and we were supposed to look at. But before our guests join us, make a quick sharply rushing through some things and with the hot, with the shell for inside the country. Quick. On matter them where they rise for inside the country. All right. First, for inside the matter them we will look at this evening. My loyalty is to God first. Then Tinubu, now Omahi don't talk that one. Say, I they first respect God. I they loyal to God first. Then the next person who are they loyal to, na Tinubu, it shock you, make it not shock you. All right, now who talk this one? Minister for Works, Dave Omahi. Now you talk this one. Moving on. Crisis for inside Labour Party, they instigated by Tinubu government. Now Peter Obi talk this one. And then Neda in Maswen, where he be say then talk, say allegedly a run come out for US after US come out and debar him because of sake of say money we get to do anyhow we be say involve him for a case we get to do with one woman. That senator, I'm from Edo State, where be say now be the head of Ethics and Privileges Committee. Okay, finally, so then vote for the platform of Labour Party. I be so right now you don't talk. Say okay. I surrender. I dey leave Labour Party. I've done the enter PDP, and you can't explain why in the dump Labour Party for APC. It been shock you say you go dump Labour Party. Now speaking about dumping Labour Party, 2027. It's too early to talk about elections. Abia Governor Alexo to talk even as him pledge in loyalty to Tinubu. Some people say, hey, you they pledge loyalty to Tinubu. He say he affirming strong support for Tinubu's economic reforms, citing long-lasting alignment. Say my friendship with Tinubu not be today started. Don't we'll be friends. All right. Okay, so Peter Obi can speak today. He say no democracy for Nigeria under Tinubu. Peter Obi now they talk this one. As in the hint on contesting the 2027 election. And then Alaje, they tell Oga Presido, say fix inflation, electricity. These things are what's they necessary for your economy, for the economy to stand that small. Things Tinubu must do to be the greatest Nigerian president. If you not do this one, go hard Alaje, they tell President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And which of these ones will be say you go fit do or you know go do? Well, I know no. When the time come, you go no. But then we could move on to other issues. ACF will be Arewa Consultative Forum. They don't blast Tinubu for prioritizing 2027 campaign over national issues. They say, look at you. Oh, Alga, your house they on fire. They go do campaign. House they born, they go do campaign. Waiting be the essence of the campaign what they do when your house they on fire. That's now waiting it be say, then they tell them that na Arewa Consultative Forum. But make we move enter inside on that matter. Tinubu, Sanwo-Olu, your sins are forgiven. Go and sin no more. That's what Tinubu don't tell Sanwo-Olu. And Sanwo-Olu they smile. He say, yes, all my sins are forgiven. In fact, even this speech where he say talk himself. I'm not gonna play the speech for you today. Another day, try another day. Today, a very busy day for us. Money where my husband keep for Nigeria, the thing vanish like thin air after in death. Who talk this one and to whom? Madam Mariam Abacha, now talk this one. Wife of former head of state, military dictator Abacha, now talk this one. Hey, what's in vanish the money? You feel get to know when the time come. Meanwhile, retired Kogi Army Major died for inside kidnappers den after they paid 10 million naira ransom. They pay a whole 10 million naira ransom, yet the man still died for custody after paying a whole 10 million naira ransom. And people go just they wonder why things they happen like this for inside Nigeria. This insecurity like this can't be like say you know no person, you know no face, you know no anybody. And then we could quickly move on to other issues. Hardship, Nigerians cut spending on foreign travels by 30%. Say Nigerians don't cut spending for foreign trips by 30%. Well, all this matter and more now go bring for your domot this evening as we join inside the show to bring on a matter them way they hurt. And by 7 o'clock, hopefully in the next 12 minutes, our guest go join us so that we will begin touchlight matter them we get to do with things we get to do in Nigeria. But before we begin enter my guest matter, we could look at things where they happen for inside Nigeria. I tell on I say, Minister of Works, David Omahi don't declare, say, after God, we create them, we in the serve. Say the next person we in the respect, we in the loyal to, we go give him heart to, na President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. According to Ram, in say in they take instructions only from God and Tinubu. No other person go fit tell him what to do. You cannot tell him what to do. No other person. So now only God and Tinubu go fit tell him what to do. Now Omahi talk this one for inside Abakaliki. Today will be Monday while he be talk with journalists them. Will be Tory people then as they react to the president's recent commendation of the achievements for inside infrastructural development. You know, say President Obi here and say, you don't try for the good work then. We be say you don't do. Now the minister can't talk say the commendation they worth more than $1 million to them. Say that thing where President talk about the work when they do. Say the thing is sweet in belly. It's sweet and pass even if person dash $1 million. It's sweet and pass like that. Say nothing where show say in they do in on the right track and say God don't answer in prayer than that kind of commendation with God with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu give him. See the thing is sweet in belly well. Quoting him precisely, he says, I have told the president, even publicly, that my loyalty is to God first and then him. As I dey loyal to God first, the next person na him. Now, when someone places the kind of trust in you that Tinubu has placed in me, it would be completely wrong and even devilish to betray that trust. That's what he talk. Now, he further stated that anyone who would betray Tinubu after receiving such level of trust and support would provoke the anger of God. That is, if you look and finish, look and say, for all this kind level of trust where President will give you, you can't look and say, the thing where you go feed do, not to betray that kind of trust where President will give you, then make you know, say, your own don't finish because God wrath will come upon you. God will descend on you. That's what he talk. Now, he further stated that anyone who would betray Tinubu after such trust would provoke the anger of God. Have you seen where a man presided over the procurement of a project worth 1.6 trillion naira and his boss did not call him to ask him how he went about it? You don't see that kind of thing before? Where somebody, they on top of projects, they on top of something, where he buy, where reach 1.6 trillion naira. Yet person will send them the message, no ask and say, come, how you take buy, can't give me account. Waiting you buy, how much you buy this one, waiting happen. Say you don't ask him, say that one that better trust. And for that trust, say if you do anything for that President Tinubu. And that says, I am talking about the section of the project depending on the length. I pray every day that if I ever put myself, my family, or friends above God, Tinubu, and the Nigerian people, may God not answer my prayers. That's what the minister talk. So if he ever put himself, if he ever put in family or anybody before God or before input Tinubu, our Nigerian people, may God not answer in prayer again. Now, Omahi pledged to keep praying for Tinubu and for everyone who supports him and values his efforts. He said, I also extend this recognition to all who have prayed for my success in serving the people. This means that contractors will be under pressure to complete around 30 major projects, which the president is set to inaugurate by December 20 this year. I am actively engaged in construction and inspection of projects spread across 6 geopolitical zones of the country, and say he must make sure say incomplete all of them gidigba because they waiting. Person will get backing of person like President or Gatinobu. What are you waiting for? Because if God be for you, who can successfully be against you now? It talk a lot. I would like you on wait here now think about that talk, but that one not be now after my guests don't come go finish. We go talk about that matter, but then we could face other issues. So Peter Obi look at a couple of things today for inside the interview where he gets today for inside the Rise Television. For inside that interview, he gets a lot of things where he say he talk, and I for like me could touchlight some of those things quickly before my guests come in. First of all, make us speak on the ones where BC people don't use Yabam where we get to do with the katakata way for inside Labour Party. As he be say, Peter Obi accused President Bola Ahmed Tinubu government of being responsible, saying that them say their hand they inside for waiting they happen for Labour Party issue. Obi will be the former presidential candidate of the party for the 2023 general election. And they talk this one. Now, remember saying a former governor in B, he can make this accusation today, Monday, while he be say they answer questions for that exclusive when get for Arise Television, where show inside their morning show, their television morning show program. Now, Obi specifically talk, say, the leadership crisis for inside the Labour Party. Say, person will start am and sustain and we make and still they go on like this. We make it be like say they fight for Labour Party, saying that the government will take power today. Now in the cause. Say if government will take power today, hand no day inside we see they happen for Labour Party. Say Labour Party for no get crisis. In fact, quoting at me say, this is what you get always, right? This is what you get always in Nigeria because we now live in a country of propaganda and lies, and they manufacture it. The problem we have in Labour Party is problem instigated and sustained by the government of today. I don't need to tell you when you have a party chairman who calls a state governor a dwarf and a dwarf thinking, forget about me. So how about Alex Oti? In the week, and the question we ask, okay, I'm weak, but it's not, but that one no weak is every other person there weak. So we're not sincere with ourselves. You speak the truth and they call you names. And we now live in a country of propaganda and lies. They are trying to put problems everywhere. They want to even put problems in families just to make sure, say, things scatter. Hey, talk more things for inside that interview we get today. He even can't talk about other issues there. He can't even touch light what happened for Edo State as he look at the Edo State governorship election for Edo State. He can't say, he say the state of emergency for River State and other issues them. He say, in fact, say, if you look at how things they happen for the country, we know they for democracy. Say, it be like, say, we know they democracy at all. So because this one will they practice, no be democracy. Because where democracy go day, where things go they happen this kind of way they happen like this. Say no democracy for inside Nigeria, if you look at like that. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu been declared state of emergency for inside River State for to prevent full-blown security crisis due to the political rift or katakata between Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. Now, Tinubu also suspend Fubara in deputy and all the elected members of the House of Assembly we did for inside for 6 months. Now, because of this suspension, Tinubu appoint a sole administrator where people they talk, say no they for inside our constitution to take charge of the affairs of River State. However, Peter Obi don't fault that appointment. He can't stress say he know they democratically elected by the people of the state. Say how you go bring sole administrator to take charge of the affairs of a state. Say sole administrator no they democratically elected. However, Obi can also talks, in fact, for inside this interview for Rise Television, he say there is no democracy in Nigeria today. Say that is as we did today for inside Nigeria, democracy don't die. As they ask him why and then why in the run for the 2027 presidential election, he say we will continue to be say they will continue to agitate for better democracy, for true democracy. That's what he call him. In fact, he can't talk say the election in Edo State, does it show any sign that Nigeria is a democratic country? No, he said no. The coffin was nailed by what happened in River State. That is, they can't put hammer for inside the coffin for what happened for River State. You cannot, in any circumstance, solve a problem in a democratic setting by going against rules. You can't even solve any problem by going against rules. I am committed to better Nigeria, and I have what it takes, and I have the experience. Because of all the people where they contest for president today, say nobody we don't match in background. He saying get everything where he take. In fact, he talk a lot of things. He saying come from a corporate background. Saying don't start a business from scratch to where the business is today. At least people fit chronicle in growth. People fit chronicle the money when you don't make for life. If you talk and say, oh, he starts this business from so level, he can grow this business from so level. But say the people then where they power today, waiting be the thing where they do, waiting be their business, waiting be the things then where they don't do. where if you talk say now waiting give them money, waiting be their source of wealth, waiting be the team will give them money, which business where they don't run successfully, where you go say, oh, this business where they run now waiting give them money. So if they come, it dey hear people, but how it be say won't use interpret this. So, but make I just bar break for inside this matter because other matter than they we will talk about. But my guests don't join me for inside the studio, so I for like me who go straight go answer my guests because him na person will be say will give us more insight for all of this conversation or this talk will be say we get to talk for this evening. So joining me for inside the studio, na man will be say sabi him na human rights lawyer and human rights activist, and a person will be say sabi fight for people them well too. Oga Chidi Odinkalu, a Nigerian human rights activist, lawyer, professor, and writer. In fact, I no go fit name all in portfolio finish. Sake of say the grammar way in portfolio carrier, my mouth no go fit read them. I no say I need to hear English for evening. Now only pidgin English I dey hear. Oga Chidi Odinkalu, thank you so much for obliging me. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much for obliging me. Thank you, sir. I did fine. I did fine, sir. How you dey? You full grant. Okay, sir. Asemeka ask you, thank you first of all, as you agree answer us to come talk to us and to at least help us look at things, the states where we did for inside Nigeria and the things and what we fit do to come off for where we did. Because people talk say, now first of all, when you realize the problem where you get, now you go fit know the solution to that problem. So when we know the problem, we will come begin know the solution to the problem where we did. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they elect them for February 2023, and then he enter office for inside May 29, 2023. And since that time till this past May, we just finished now 2 years now you don't do. Now, President Tinubu score himself plenty mark for the May celebration, say he don't do well. Say, in fact, say the bad days don't they over Nigerians them. And then some other people don't they talk otherwise, oh, including in own town social cultural organization, Afenifere, talk say lie. In fact, may they even impeach you because you don't do well. But you, as person where they watch, when no things we suppose concern human being and human rights, how you go fit talk say Nigeria day now under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Make we start like that, sir. Waiting be the state of Nigeria. How you go fit explain say Nigeria take day? If person tell you say explain Nigeria for inside this administration now, how you go use explain them? If you use English, oh, eh? Why you talk like that, sir? I dey go every day. I just come back from market, Nana, and virtue leave me. Virtue leave my body. I not talk like that. Not talk that one again. Crayfish now a hot cake. Hey, Elobosa. Okay, so my people say they need to hear you. I wonder why they need to hear you because me, I did hear you from this and we can't hear him at all. No audio. I don't know why. Kindly refresh, you guys. I don't know why they're saying so because I can hear you from my end. That's what people are saying. They say they can't. That's what they're saying. They say there is no audio. They can't hear you. I don't know why they are saying that. But I can hear you. I can hear you. But can you guys hear me, please, just to be sure? I did hear you, sir. Make I reconfirm. I did hear you. I did hear you myself very well, sir. But make I make sure. That's what they're saying. They say there is no audio. They can't hear you. I don't know why they are saying that. Okay, even your face made a show from this side. I don't know why. But can you just hear me, please, just to be sure? Okay, so you know what? Help me log out and come back again, sir. I think better. Help me log out and come back I again. Hear you, sir. Please. Make Thank you, sir. I did hear you. I did hear you myself very well, sir. Thank you. All right. Sincere apologies and thank you so much for the updates. Thank you for the updates. I don't know why we cannot hear him, but let's hope we can sort it out very quickly. Let's see. Um, okay. Kindly help me say something, so let's be sure they can hear you. Hello, sir, are you there? So it's dark now. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. You are not an agent of darkness at all. Uh, I can hear you, but I don't know why they cannot hear you, and that's a problem. I just wish you can do something. Let's see. Hello, sir, are you there? I'm trying to. So it's dark now. Can you hear me? Your voice is too low. Okay, they say they can hear him. We can't see him. Can you hear me? Uh, okay, so keep talking, sir. Please keep talking. Just keep talking. I think it will be fine. You are not an agent of darkness at all. This is crazy. Okay, this is not going to happen today at all. This one not going to happen today at all, at all, at all, at all. Um. Ah. Okay. You can get an audio at all. All right. No audio is still off. Okay, so keep talking, sir. Please keep talking. Just keep talking. I don't know. Okay, so you know what would happen? I. Okay. This is crazy. Okay. I don't know why. This is not going to happen today at all. This one will happen today at all, at all, at all, at all. Oh dear. Oh dear. My sincere apologies. I don't understand what is happening. I don't know. Okay, they say it's cracking. It may be network. It may be network. I think it's network. I think it's network. I think it's network. Sincere apologies, guys. Please. Okay. Please give me a minute. My sincere apologies, guys. Please bear with me. Okay. Okay, so let's see if he would help us rejoin again, and let's try it again. At the meantime, let's see if I can sort that out. Let me quickly play something for us to hold on to while we try to sort
Your
it out.
Excellency, they will malign you. They will criticize you. They will insult you. Get ready. But I want to tell you that when that time comes, you know what to do as a servant of God. They will talk to you in a way that when you finish dressing up to go to work, you look at yourself on the mirror and say, are they talking about Pastor Umeno? Is this me that describing? And the word of God will comfort you. And God will tell you, cry no more. Cry no more. I am with you. That is what I'll leave with you. That because God is with you, you shall fear no one. And because you have a lion in the person of Mr. President, and that you have a lion in the person of the Senate President, who do you fear? No one. You shall fear no one. Your Excellency, God will give you peace. God will protect you and your family. Amen. Don't bother about what they will write. If it's what they will write, our own has filled GP tanks up to 20. But we have not been deterred. So don't worry yourself. Noble lady, you will cry. Are they talking about my father? Are they talking about me? Just hand it over to Christ, knowing that Christ is with you. And when Christ is with you, who can be against you? Nobody. Nobody. God will bless you for taking this bold decision. It is not an easy one. Let nobody kid you. It is not an easy decision to take, but you are not going to regret it. Because you did it for the sake of Akwa Ibom people. Not because of you, not because of your children. When our Senate President took that decision in 2019, he was like, crucify him, crucify him. There was no name he wasn't called. But today, all of us are reaping from it. He is your brother. He is your friend. He is your father. He is our leader. May God continue to bless him for leading us on this track. We didn't understand the vision.
All right.
Then.
Thank you
We
so
didn't
much. I am
understand why.
so deeply sorry. I don't know waiting I go plead. We go make this network go day better. But I don't know if you can hear me now, sir, and I don't know if others can hear me. Please let me confirm that people can hear me. Good evening, sir. Please kindly help me say something. Let me be sure they can hear you, sir. You're crystal clear from my end. I don't understand what's going on. But let's people are saying they can't afford to miss this your interview. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. But let's get started. Let's continue. I want to hope and believe that it's better because it's looking clearer now, and the network is looking better. So I want to believe that it's better. Um, all your sins are forgiven. The most corrupt. Oh, Jesus, goodness. No, no, that I'm reading messages. They won't kill me. Okay, so please, I need somebody to help me confirm if the audio is back and better uh, so that I can start trying to reconfirm that audio. Network is looking better, so I want to believe that okay, so I notice it's freezing from your end, sir. It's freezing from your end, but it's very clear from my end. All your sins are forgiven. The most corrupt. Oh, okay, keep talking. So if it doesn't work, I'm going to call you on phone call and we have a phone conversation. So it'll be better. I'll call you on phone call if it doesn't work, and I'll do a phone. So kindly speak. If they can't hear you still, then we'll do a phone conversation. Now that's fine. Let's do a phone conversation. I'll call you, sir. Let's have a phone conversation. We must. The show has to go on because we must have this conversation. Let's do a phone conversation, please. Okay, sir. Okay, so this is better. So let's have a quick conversation. I am the one calling you. Yes, sir. Please. Okay. All right. Okay, sir. So, sincere apologies for the issues. I don't know if you can hear me, and I do hope people can hear me. Okay, so I'll have to take you off. I'll have to take you off. Is it better? Oh, so there's a holdback. There's a holdback. There's a holdback. Ha. Hey, my village people, Ndoki people cannot get me. Oh. They cannot get me today. I don't know what we'll have to do. But can you help me increase your volume from your end? Can you tap on your volume button and increase it higher? Let's hope that it will get better. But I can hear you, and this is the first time this is happening. I don't understand why this is happening. I don't know why it has to happen today. Ah, okay. Oh, this is very troubling. Mm. Oh, goodness me. Okay, so let me see what I can do. Okay, all right. I don't know if they can hear him now. Okay, so let's get talking. Let's see. Let's get talking. Let's see what we can. So even your video, it's even frozen from the system. It's not even showing well. So from YouTube, but from here your video is really fine. But from YouTube, it's frozen. We can barely see you. I don't understand. I hope this is not some sort of attack or something because I don't know why this is happening. I do wish that I can have just a phone conversation with you. So let me kindly help me log out. Let me just call you on normal call on WhatsApp like I called before. So that may be better. Let me suffice. Okay. Sincere apologies, guys. Let me quickly play something again so that we just use that to hold on to. Please bear with me.
Please, people they should bring out the patient. I just see them on the road, carry them. You say people they should bring out the patient. See what you are saying. It's not. You say people they should bring it. You what are you doing? You don't understand what? I have already bring the patient here. Do you want me to do your work? What are you saying? Oh, it's not your work. You are on camera that you are saying it's not your work. You are on camera. You are on camera. You are saying that I'm recording you. What nonsense? I just assist some people. People are nearly dying. I just assist them. You say, can't you call them? See how this guy see his situation. See his situation. It's something that you are on record, so you are on record. Huh? I just see some people on the road. I just assist them. You are saying that. Must you open the car? It's open. Huh?
Where is what's his name? Elijah.
Let him die inside the car. No, my sister, I've already did my best for me to see some people there and bring them to hospital. She's saying she's not my distance, it's not her duty, it's not. If it is your relative, can you leave him the way he is? If it is your relative, the person, there's no hand glove. Okay, there's no hand glove. Minister of FCT, Minister of City will see this video. You said there's no hand glove. You see this video viral. You said there's no hand glove in the hospital.
Sincere apologies. I don't know why this is happening. Prof, sir, can you hear me? I don't know if we can have this conversation here. I want to believe we could have it here.
I hear you at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Every other person, can they hear you? Okay, so let's go ahead and have the conversation over the phone. I think this will be fine since our village people may not be too happy about this conversation. So I was asking you about the state of the nation, if you can help me chime in on that. And you were saying something.
And I try to say that Nigeria is in a very bad way at the moment. I don't know which part of Nigeria that you are in, but wherever you are, you will see evidence of hardship of the kind that we probably have never known before. Kwashiorkor, malnutrition, stunting, picking the way no fit grow. Sake of say they no get food to chop. Die everywhere. Everywhere you go now, na slump and die they happen. They say this one is slump die. The other one is slump die. It don't slump die. The other one is slump die. What's they call slump and die? People no get job. Wahala too much. Medicine they no fit get. Drugs from market they no fit get. If you get the medicine self, now fake drug, right? Because the cost of the drug or original one, you no fit buy am. People no get. The people wey get minimum wage, you no fit buy nothing. You enter market, crayfish, you no buy. Tomato, you no buy. Tatashe, no show. Yamko, no. You even try to buy agbado. Sake of say, president promise us say, the time when he made the campaign, say no how where agbado no day inside market. You go enter market, try buy agbado, no agbado. Small agbado like this, the one we get Kwashiorkor, the one where they give people with BIDP, then tell you send a 500 naira. One peer, 500 naira, 300 naira. How many people get that kind of money? People look at big things to decide what Nigeria is like. Have you tried, do you know that, have you seen now that these days, roasted yam get size for inside market? They get as a slicer. Have you know they go market?
I even see, say, say another thing where I see now for this period now, notice say they need they sell only one tube of yam. They share yam now they sell. So if he cut and buy according to the one if he buy now.
Thank you. You see, all this talk, I say inflation did this one, GDP did this one, say World Bank, all that one are nonsense. Because if you mad the Nigeria, you go no say wahala day. Okay? Go any village when you like. You go see picking when you get belle. You get belle, nobody say anybody give them belle. Now, waiting to have, you no chop, you never chop. In yash don't finish. In belle don't distend. The color of the pikin itself don't yellow. Everywhere in the country there is evidence of malnutrition. So you see the part of the crisis we have is a crisis of government by propaganda. And if you love your people enough, the first thing you do is admit we have a problem and admit we need all hands on deck to solve it. Which is the point Shehu Okimbaloye was making last night in his summation and message to President Tinubu. At the end of the day, let's all agree we are Nigerians. We would like the country to work. Nobody's expecting Tinubu to be a magician. But this business of lying to Nigerians about the experience that people are confronting is offensive. Okay, maybe when yesterday or the day before yesterday, they said Boko Haram them will be one kill, they call him former chief of army staff.
But him don't come and say a lie, saying a fake news, Ndume carry. Saying a lie,
why wouldn't he say it is fake news? Why wouldn't he say it is fake news? Of course, that's what do you expect him to say? Because it's embarrassing. And he doesn't want to be in a position, he doesn't want to be the person embarrassing government, because at the end of the day, he was APC as Chief of Army Staff, and he's APC as ex-Chief of Army Staff. And he wants to be on the right side of government patronage. Of course, he's going to say it's fake news. Deal. Who is the source of the fake news? Is it not a senator from Borno State? Oh, yes, he's from Yobe State, admittedly. But Borno and Yobe State are essentially the one state split in two. It's like Abia and Imo states.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so Prof, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I've been talk say, say this president talk say, wetin make him make these policies? Now policy wey be say all the other president they no get the be the mind to do. Say now only now get the impetus. Sorry, forgive me for that language, but now get the mind to do wetin other people never do, because all the enjoyment we they enjoy since we they enjoy at the detriment of our unborn generation. Now him don't can't take that painful decision to stop that fake enjoyment so that we go fit get a better future. So, and again, all the presidential presidents.
So the only person, wait, my sister, the only person we're supposed to get the fake enjoyment by himself, he has bought himself a new presidential jet. He has bought himself new Escalade. He has bought himself, his vice president, a new residence. He has bought himself the biggest convoy in presidential history. He has bought for all legislators. We are supposed to be poor now. Things are supposed to be harder. But never before in the history of this country have we bought legislators four-wheel drives. All legislators at the federal level. What nonsense what nonsense is that?
Okay.
And now we have the biggest cabinet in the history of elective government in Nigeria. By the way, as you and I are speaking,
yes, sir.
They set up the regional development commission. So you have the Southeast Development Commission, Northeast Development Commission, South Development, all of them.
Yes.
I mean Southwest.
Yes. They don't even give middle belt to be the last one. That is a mid and South, not central.
Good.
Yes.
Now they were supposed to have each state was supposed to you were supposed to have one managing director and one executive director from each state. In the last week, they have amended the laws to double the number of executive directors from 6 to 12. Has anybody told you that?
Yes.
We are having the biggest explosion of political appointees in the history of Nigeria. And someone is telling me that they are taking courageous decisions. What nonsense.
All right. Prof, sir, this same question, when the president gets the only media chats when he don't get since he enter here, where he talk to media people, they ask him that question, say, now you get the largest cabinet. And he asks the media people back, say, show me anybody where I no need, make her come out to the person. The media people no fit tell him, say, who will go there on which position they are necessary.
Matawale, he doesn't need. I can tell you several of them he doesn't need. Matawale, he doesn't need. I've given you one name.
But now, he's saying he need all of them because of the kind of work, big work we want to do for Nigeria. To whom much is given, much is expected.
Okay, my sister.
Yes, sir.
If you can name 15 ministers in this cabinet, I'll give you 100,000 naira. Start.
Sir, no, say me, I be media person. Now me, they ask the question, not be you guys, me, sir. So we could just reverse the question.
Wait, now, president is doing big work. Ministers are doing fantastic work. Name 15 of them out of 48. You can't, because they don't exist. The only reason people hear Wike is not because he is doing work, it is because he's a thug and a drunk one at that.
But Oga Wike, they do work. Remember, say the only international conference center we would do, it don't renovate them all. And the thing now, international standard, it befits the name now, International Conference Center. And in they build road anyhow, they scatter construction anyhow for inside Abuja.
Have you been to Abuja?
I never go. Since this administration, I never go. I no go lie.
So we will not have that conversation, because if you had been to Abuja recently, we would have had a conversation. I'll try and point out to you the neighborhoods in Abuja where you try and tell me what the minister is doing. Look, what is happening in Abuja? A minister in the Federal Capital Territory is digging up existing roads in the most priciest parts of Abuja that were already well looked after. He is scraping them to award contracts to his cronies. Yes? As I speak to you, don't say somebody told you. Go and look. Senator Duda, who lost to Ireti Kingibe in the last election.
Where be the person who don't get their since a senator since?
Very good. Senator Abuja, who lost to Ireti Kingibe, is the closest contractor to Wike. He follows Wike even to the toilet. Yes? Senator Duda, if you go to Senator Duda's house on Ebitukiwe Street, you will see that he has redone his house and he has repainted it. He has moved up the fence, so you can't even, the fence is so high now, it's like he's living in a prison. And the fence is repainted new from this contract money, digging up roads in Abuja. Okay? Now, the roads are being dug up in Metama, in Wuse 2, in Asokoro, which are the most expensive parts of Abuja. Go to Jikoi or to any of the parts of Abuja where ordinary people live. No development. Nothing. Rainy season already begin. Neither did I. Yes? Nothing has been done in the parts of Abuja where workers live. Mr. The only big thing that is happening in Abuja for the first time is the minister in two things happening. The minister for Abuja, if you are walking around the city, you now see big billboards of Mr. Wike with old pictures of him when he was looking very chubby. Not the current pictures where he's looking quite interesting. Old chubby pictures of Wike littering Abuja, big billboards defacing the whole place, Mr. Projects. The only thing they forgot to do was to have him with a bottle of 50-year-old whiskey, staring at it longingly. Yes, everywhere in the city, you have these billboards that have littered the place. Secondly, what else is there? Every week he is doing press conference, looking for one former benefactor of his to abuse. If he's not abusing Mr. Odene, he's abusing Odene's wife, or abusing Omahi, or abusing what is it called, Rotimi Amechi, or abusing some other person from his village. He is just looking for people to abuse. Somebody with that degree of insecurity and joblessness cannot be a minister. Because if you were to be a minister doing serious work, you would not have that amount of time to be indulging in that nonsense.
Okay, sir, Prof, make we speak to the quality of the projects and when they do and their costs. You know, say in go National Assembly the other day and they sing song for and they hail and well, they call and the star boy of Tinubu administration. Now so senators hail and well. But
which Senate?
Senate, Nigeria.
Gospel Senate or another Senate?
Yes, sir.
The Gospel Senate.
Yes, sir. Now there you go. Now when they go defend in 1.something trillion naira budget, we didn't give them.
That is the Senate that declared a state of emergency on a voice vote, correct?
Yes, sir.
Please, can you say something else?
Okay. So now, speaking about something else, the some of the work we don't do, like the renovation of the International Conference Center, where EBC is renovating with 39 billion naira. You know, build he renovates because the conference center they exist. He renovated with 39 billion naira. And then the vice president house, he renovated with about 21 billion naira. Waiting you go feel talk about this cost then per project. You know, waiting make I like me could get this kind of conversation. Now, because make Nigerians they know the ideal thing what they're supposed to expect and how they feel they hold their leaders accountable.
How many hospitals was he renovated? How many hospitals has he renovated?
Yesterday, day before yesterday, person go in FMC, Abuja. They say hand glove no need to use carry the person come out for hospital.
Exactly. How many schools has he renovated? You didn't hear that teachers were striking because of the areas they were owed? You see, Nigerians get, as I said, let's not get distracted.
So can we speak?
Who follows Wike to the toilet has redone his house from all these contracts. Go and see his house on Ebitukiwe Street in Jabi. You will understand what this money is being used for. What is the money being accumulated for to rig election in 2027?
Yay.
Now, these people forget that they are not God. That, it is quite possible that even myself speaking to you here, and none of us, as a matter of fact, has an assurance that we'll be alive tomorrow. So all these people playing God and accumulating all this money in order to publish results of elections ahead of time in 2027 may find themselves surprised.
So, Prof, make we look at the, cocoa of the matter. As you mentioned, Wike on, so make we start with them. We'll go move around, go other ministries. Because for now, some people, they also mention some kind of very interesting ministries where the president don't bring out before we go around share reports. This matter supposed long, well. Now make at the vex our village people, let us see your face as we talk this talk. Now, as you don't talk wiki matter, we don't talk about the cost of the project. Now, this same cost of project, say from winning the River State, now so they be the call them Mr. Project too. Even though say some people for River State at that time look and say some of those projects and just conduit pipes to collect money. For instance, then put flyover for where did they call Rumola for Port Harcourt. Flyover they there. Between Rumola and Wadana Water Lines, another in fact GRA Junction, flyover day. From GRA to water lines, flyover day. From water lines to Garrison, flyover day. And these things are just how many poles differences. All of them are walkable distances. So people call it talks and those short flyovers, the 9 they use, collect money with they use. Now them say, 9 they talk. Now people don't they want to insinuate this one. Is it that the inflation for the country no fit day enough for person to use build international conference center or renovate them with 39 billion? Or does it mean that there is more to that? Because this is part of complaints where people don't they make. In fact, some people even raise this matter, say that money they enough to build something way they bigger. So that when they speak to the core of the matter, them, we'll go use hold our leaders account.
So any Nigerian who believes that you need 39 billion to renovate the International Conference Center in Abuja needs to have their faculties examined. Okay?
Yes, sir.
It's very clear. Now, by the way, Vice President Oshibajo was offered the opportunity for a renovation of the Vice President's residence. He declined because he didn't understand why. Now, mind you, when these people came to power, they changed every piece of furniture in the residence.
Yes.
That was the first thing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Now, all that, and I know because when you speak to the people who maintain the presidency, the Julius Vega maintains the presidency. Some of them can't understand why this waste is going on in a country that claims to be poor. And unless you see, if the president and his retinue had cleaned up, had behaved as if they want to go through the same experience they want Nigerians to experience, things are hard. Let all of us believe. So I'll run an in-government and save resources in order to help Nigerians. I can understand. Help Nigerians solve Nigerians' problems. But this is one rule for the rulers and destitution and impoverishment for the people. How does that make sense? But you see, the reason this is so is because they don't need our votes to come to power. If they needed our votes to come to power, they would not be misbehaving.
All right. So we'll go talk about votes and how the votes fit eventually bring them to power. But make we look at other ministries. For instance, the Ministry of Works. Oga Dave Omahi, he just talk him today and say he owe loyalty to God first, then secondly to President Tinubu because of the kind of trust we bestow on him. And Dave Omahi, you don't see now they take up that gigantic, very ambitious project will be the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. Where, by the way, they don't finish 30 kilometers of the road. We promise to connect and shorten the distance between the west and the south, southwest and south to make them day shorter and all those. And then he also don't promise say road projects is scattered around the country to make sure say improve say this government they committed to working for the people of Nigeria. Could you speak to that, sir?
Which one? The 30 kilometers that is not 30 kilometers, by the way, right?
Yeah.
30 kilometers commission. Who commissions 30 kilometers on a 750-kilometer road? But first of all, even the 30 kilometers is missing. It's an unknown 30 kilometer, right? Now, to connect west to east. My sister, have you heard of East-West Road?
Yes, sir. Now the road to my village.
Now, okay, good. So East-West Road is actually supposed to connect parts of that, connect Western Ijaw land to Eastern Ijaw land. No, so?
Yes, sir.
Good. What is the state of that road?
Bad though. In fact, then the point say be like say the road divided into two. People go come they pass through Owerri before they even enter those areas, enter south.
So, if you wanted to do something, why don't you start with at least making East-West Road, completing East-West Road? When you complete East-West Road, that is pretty much half of the west to east connection done. That at least will be progress. Don't you think so?
That's what some people think, sir.
Now, have you seen the east question? How much is this road, 750 kilometer road, supposed to cost per kilometer?
Oga, that money plenty. Even when somebody asks that question for Rice TV per kilometer, you no congry answer again, sir.
Thank you. So again, I don't want to come on your program and scandalize people. But if David Omahi is telling you that after God, it is himself, or it is Tinubu, he is probably right, because no other president will tolerate this kind of nonsense. But mind you, this is not the first time that people talk about human beings in divine terms in Nigerian politics. Ojo Ogbesia, if you remember, under PDP, Ojo Ogbesia, who was minister, who was Tony Aneni's houseboy, was saying after God, it was Tony Aneni. Tony Aneni died, Ojo Ogbesia ported. So don't worry about these things. Today, David Omahi is worshiping Tinubu. If tomorrow you become president, David Omahi will worship you in exactly the same language. Mind you, here in our very big front, Kampolo did business with President Obasanjo.
Yes.
He did business with President Yaradua. He has done business with President Jonathan. He did business with President Buhari. And now he is the person doing door to door for President Tinubu. Door to door, he also did for President Jonathan. Don't be so? These people are agitators. Any government in power. David Omahi was the person who told Ebonyi people that as governor elected of PDP, he had a right to do anti-party. That he could belong to PDP and he could belong to APC and nobody could do anything against it. Today, he belongs to APC and he will be doing anti-party against him. Nobody will do anything against him. That is the kind of politics that was created.
All right. A look at other issues we concern this administration. First of all, now this administration, as we talked earlier, now get the biggest portfolio we don't get so far. And then the administration, President Tinubu also creates some new ministries. Very interesting, like the Ministry of Blue Economy, for instance. And a lot of people laud that development or creation of that ministry, thinking, say, oh, make we get a ministry we go cater for everything we concern our aquatic life, because the aquatic ecosystem, a very big thing where be say money where inside suppose big. Think say that one self na good idea, even though we never see any substantive thing or substantial thing where they don't do so far.
So now good idea you go job. Ma?
Sir?
Now good idea you go job.
No, I didn't power.
So Ministry of Blue Economy, what does it do?
We never still understand their full because we never see them in.
I don't know what the ministry does. How is it a great idea?
Because by paper, it's supposed to look like ministry. We're supposed to take care of everything. We find the aquatic ecosystem and the money will go come out from inside. We're supposed to be a great idea, but we never see the practicality. Now we make us say, I don't understand, sir. I make a thing see if you help us explain.
Okay, I'm not a member of the government. Can I ask you one question?
Yeah.
What is the difference between the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and the Ministry of Blue Economy? Because you're talking of aquatic resources.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what is the difference between Federal Ministry of Water Resources and the Ministry of Blue Economy?
This question we asked me now just daylight saying that the difference between Ministry of Agriculture and Ministry of Livestock and it just daylight saying that the same difference.
Well, not necessarily, because if you ask me about the Ministry of Livestock, and agriculture. I would say agriculture excludes livestock. I'm not saying it should. I'm saying in the way this is defined, it is easy to see. Okay, livestock is about animals and management of animals,
which is a part of agriculture.
Which should be a part of agriculture. So what you probably do is what we should do is have Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock. Okay? In which case you can even have two ministers, one responsible for livestock and another responsible for non-livestock agriculture. Okay? Now, but what is the difference between Ministry of Blue Economy and Ministry of Water Resources? Can someone please explain to me? That's all I'm asking.
We never came about to see till we get there. Wait till you speak about the government talking about adopting a Shara report and then at the same time running the biggest ministries and agencies for inside Nigeria, where people don't they talk to them about. Because this now waiting the Yoruba social cultural organization talk about recently.
Because we don't even know the difference between the two ministries, but we are lauding the creation of a new ministry. That's a problem. At the minimum, let us all understand as citizens what that entails. Because democracy is supposed to be government of the people, for the people, by the people. It is not voodoo now. It's not juju. So, waiting Ministry of Water, Agriculture, Ministry of Urban and Blue Economy.
Yes, sir.
How is it different from Ministry of Water Resources?
All right. So
now,
okay.
You can say, okay, one is Ministry of one is responsible for freshwater, inland water resources. Yes? And the other is responsible for saltwater, coastal resource. Now, the next question will then be, how is that different from the ports and transport? So, the thing is, if government is coming out with these policies, where it no fit even explain to citizens, wahala dey. And as you can see, not only citizens wey no understand, even the ministers themselves no understand. Now they do anyhow. Matawale, Junior Minister for Defense, former governor of Zamfara State. Excuse me, how can someone run down Zamfara State come and defend you as Nigeria? You don't say wahala dey. No be Zamfara be the place where bandits do come out everybody from house. Now, the governor, where they say he run that state so everything collapse for protection of everybody. Now you collect. Come make defense minister, make it the defend every person. When the country is in a situation now where our defense is collapsing, you people cannot add up 1 plus 1. A governor who could not run the state and protect his people, all of a sudden has to be responsible for defense of Nigeria, and you think it is going to work?
Okay, so make we move to some of the things where the president talk, as I say earlier, about adoption of Shara reports. And even though say the president they don't ask him that question recently or in handlers, then talk say na gradual process, say they go adopt them again. One of the persons we talk this one, now his spokesperson, Ogabayo Ononoga, he say na gradual process, then go adopt them. But with the way that they go, they say, say na from clap they enter dance. With the way that they move small, you see them as people who go eventually shrink ministries, departments, and agencies based on written or Shara report talk.
You say na from waiting that they enter dance.
Na clap now.
Na clap.
Yes now. And from
food smell.
And from food smell that they take know how sweet it go, how it go take sweet.
As you don't talk, smell, put this inside this one. The proverb where I remember we say, now from fat with the enter shit.
I do not want to talk that one, make an effort here.
No, because that is the one that that one is supposed to talk. We say, now, if we don't enter shit with this one, because the fat don't smell too much. Yes. So, Orosai report, let's go there if that is where you want to go. Okay, so it's a gradual process. What have we started? If it is a gradual process, this is what? This is fiscal and bureaucratic consolidation, right? That's what it is. So you add, join, put, ministry them. And so now, why do we need NTA and Federal Radio Corporation when we now have digital convergence? And so you can have in one platform audio, video, sound, the lot, and data. Right?
Yes, sir.
And Nigeria is no longer analog. Therefore, we can easily merge, in terms of platform and technology, we can merge NTA, FRC, and VON into one end. Why is that not happening? That's the easiest thing to do. In terms of the state of technology at this time. But we are unwilling to do it. Why? Because at the heart of the matter, President Tinubu is doing politics, not administration. He's got to create job for the boys, job for the people who are going to guarantee 2027. And unless you do that, then things are not going to work. And so we are littering the place with all manner of unsuitable people and saying one thing and doing another.
All right, so since you've mentioned 2027, let's go there. Why it be like saying that the first time for inside the country where 1 year never even come, 2 years never complete, because we still there within 1 year of the administration. We will begin hear cries about 2027. In an ideal
I'm not a
environment,
politician.
In an ideal environment, what thing is supposed to do for make Nigerians understand what thing they're supposed to expect for places where things they happen well. For places where things they happen well, what thing they're supposed to expect and what thing be the right thing we're supposed to happen.
I don't know. We are living. You and I are living the experience of the administration, so you and I can reach our conclusions. No.
Okay. All right, then make we waka enter inside other issues as it get to do with this administration. Again, waiting be the hope for the 2027 election, especially as it be say coalition people don't they talk now. Any hope day for Nigeria for 2027 for any other election?
Well, there is a Nigerian name called Lukman. Know so? If you look well, if you find Lukman, all of them they there. So we are here. 2027 is 2 years time, but really the election is in. The parties have got to decide their candidates next year. So and the elections have to take place in less than 2 years time. The elections will be around February 2027. So really, elections are less than 2 years away, and campaign season, or party primary season, is barely 1 year away. So there is no, you can understand, people are thinking in terms of May 2027, but actually the calendar politicians think about is about May, June 2026, which is when the primaries have got to take place. And so if you're a politician or a minister looking to be governor of your state or run for political office ahead of the transition in May 2027, you've got to amass the money you need to be able to bribe whomsoever you need to bribe. And you only can amass that money this year. By next year, you won't have the time to amass the money.
All right.
You can now understand the vigor with which they are awarding contracts in Abuja and scooping up existing roads and making existing roads worse than they were.
Okay, so make we enter inside talk we get to do with things we go fit help us on the way forward on things we will fit do. Because Afeni Ferre, as I talk, score President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Especially first of all, then talk say since in government, say the poverty index for Nigeria don't reduce well. Say President Bola Ahmed President Buhari leave Nigerian percentage of poor people by 38%. Say he don't carry up go reach 50 something percent. If that not true, waiting be your reaction to them. And then secondly, also talk about repression, how they use tight people mouth, make people no talk. Say in fact, say they relate in administration to like that of the military regime. Waiting be your reaction to that, sir?
Well, how did we begin this conversation? It's about hardship, how hard things are for ordinary Nigerians, whether it is buying yam or agbado or pear or anything in the market, crayfish, tomato. It is no longer affordable. No matter what buyer says or what the president himself says, the fact of the matter is that nobody can say what they say compares with reality, which is obviously, manifestly not the case. All right? So that's number one. The thing about frightening people out of their wits, that is obviously very true. And partly it's a result of the fact that institutions have been destroyed. The judiciary is in a very bad place. The Inspector General of Police, who was supposed to retire, has been extended so that he can be there to do 2027 election. Everything is about the election. Institutions are all being kneecapped so that they are ineffectual, except for those who are raising issues in respect of 2027 election. So there's a problem, and I don't know whether you've noticed the one in Edo State, the only opposition politician, the only person who refused to jump over from PDP to APC. Yes, they have now decided to manufacture charges that don't make sense against him, so that they will force him to leave PDP and join APC, and Edo State will no longer have even one opposition politician. Yes. So it's not just about, it's the totality of everything. This one where itself when they ask this kind of question now, if nobody say they do it for the kind of platform where they use, then they come back you.
I see the Nigeria now. They don't go back in and a question that they ask, now you the answer.
They come back you. Tomorrow we will say free precious. Precious is precious.
Now, speaking about this 2027 election and endorsement and all that, remember, say, for inside the interview when Ndume hold yesterday, it talks, say 36 state governors we endorse former President Goodluck Jonathan, but he know win the 2015 election. So say no be by endorsement. After they endorse you finish, or the governors endorse you, the people them will get the vote, they don't endorse you. You not think say people vote supposed matter at all? It don't they that bad. Say people vote not supposed matter.
They have rendered people's votes meaningless. You know, they write election results. The current chairman of INEC is a bandit. Sorry, there's no other word I can find to describe him. They've rendered, and I don't know whether you listened to Rotimi Amechi last week when he said that if this same person, the current chairman of INEC, had been chairman of INEC in 2015, APC would have lost the election.
Yes, I hear him.
Thank you. That's how good an electoral umpire he is. They have reduced elections to non-events. What happens? INEC writes results before the elections, and judges, if INEC fails, judges write the rest of the results inside courts by themselves with no recourse to the people.
So as a human rights lawyer, what you will suppose do? We go just dey like this. Nigerians go just dey fold hand. If this things where they talk now, so it take be like this. What should Nigerians do? And that's why we're having this conversation. So that we go fit channel Nigerians their mind to the things where they're supposed to know, understand, and make them begin know the things and what they're supposed to do to liberate themselves.
You won't make I begin lecture Nigerians as the things where they're supposed to.
I beg. They need to know.
I have only one vote. I have only one vote. And I'm not older or wiser than any other Nigerian. Now, the same market, now they go, from the same market, they buy everything for inside Nigeria. No, so? You get, if you see APC, PDP, Labour Party petrol station, please tell me. Or if you see young person, old person market, Joe, just let me go. So every one of us is experiencing the same nonsense. And if people cannot decide for themselves what they want to do, it's up to them. It's not my business to tell people what to do. I'm not running for election.
Now, speaking about telling people what to do, a group of opposition people don't come and say they want to do coalition to make sure, say, they gather together, come out the president. In fact, they believe, say, just one person, one political party, no go fit come out. So they need to come together because in the person will be jagaban for politics. They need to come together so that they go fit fight them. Do you see the coalition being successful in 2027?
First of all, in principle, of course, I think it makes sense to have a coalition because in 2023, which was their best opportunity, they failed to come together.
Yes.
And I think part of the problem was Atiku decided to do what he was not supposed to do. Political equity is important, and people have to respect their word in politics. He broke it, and so he wanted the presidency to remain in the north after Buhari had done 8 years. Okay? That had an effect on the belief of the other politicians in the project of equity and political contestation. So Peter Obi went his way, and the Labour Party, Atiku therefore lost all the votes that he was hoping to get from the southeast, in particular parts of the south-south. And Wike decided to write up results with the blood of innocent people in Rivers State in elections, in which clearly the results were supposed to go in a different direction, and we are where we are. So, and of course, Kwankwaso went his own way in parts of the Northwest. So that was the best opportunity they had. It was blown. So, in principle, if they could form a coalition now, it would make sense. But who will be in this coalition? Atiku should not be running for office. Full stop. You cannot seriously talking about a coalition if Atiku is presenting himself as an option for the presidency. It cannot work. Number two, you cannot be talking of a coalition in which El Rufai is a major actor. El Rufai is a killer. He's a mass murderer. So for anyone to say coalition, El Rufai is there. I will denounce that coalition, and I've said it before, and I will repeat myself for you. Any day, if El Rufai is running for office of the leadership of this country, or El Rufai is close to the people who are running for it as part of the coalition, I will personally declare my support for Tinubu to run in 2031. Let me repeat myself. If Nasir El Rufai is even close to that coalition, I will be campaigning in every part of the southeast and south-south for Tinubu, not just to run in 2027, but to run again in 2031.
Why so?
Because El Rufai is a mass murderer.
How?
Because El Rufai is a mass murderer. Go and ask the people of Kaduna State. Have you not noticed that since El Rufai left office in Kaduna State, the killings in Kaduna have gone down? You've not noticed that since El Rufai left office in Kaduna State, Southern Kaduna is no longer a theater of mass murder.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
He himself said that if foreign election observers behaved anyhow, that they were going to go back what? In body bags. He said that with his own mouth. El Rufai as governor went around abducting people from different parts of Nigeria. By the way, Daddy Yatta, the young man who was organizing for Kwankwaso in Banawa in Kaduna State, disappeared and has not been seen again.
Till now.
Nothing has been heard of him.
Yes.
Yes. So, and this is the same man who said he paid killers so that he told these people who were killing that he is one of them and that he will give them money so that they will stop killing. So killing is supposed to be profitable. How is that not a mass
Prof, it did question where BC people they ask go because talking about this Aerofy matter, then talk say whether you like them or not, the views where Aerofy gets, the view of some very extremists or religious extremists for inside the country. And anybody we won't be leader, no go be the leader of only the good people of Nigeria. It go be the leader of both the good, bad, and ugly, including those religious extremists them. And therefore, then go need the votes of people we get those kind of people that will be extremists to use also following election. And Aerofy go fit help campaign for those people their votes. So do you not think he may also be an asset to the coalition going by that?
May El-Rufai government happen to your village?
God forbid, sir. No, now. I know they talk. Say,
okay, so
I not say may you wish me anything, sir.
Answer to your question. May El-Rufai happen to your village? Amen?
No, sir, now. No, sir, now. We are talking in practicality.
Then I cannot answer the question further since you don't want El-Rufai to happen to your village.
Wahala deal. Okay, sir. So in that case, how possibly they will it be say the coalition go fit get any existence without the support of an El-Rufai from the north or an Atiku Abubakar, since it be say Infino Day in the picture and all of those people? Why how BC will take happen? And waiting to
Let
be
them
the
sort it
success.
out for themselves. The politicians will figure it out for themselves. That's all. If they can't, well, Tinubu will be returned in 2027 and all of us will be living it.
Okay, so make we talk about the crisis where they happen, the pocket of crisis where they happen across Nigeria, especially what they call the farmer headers crisis, or what people they call the deliberate killing of some people, especially Christian-dominated areas for inside Nigeria. What will be your take on things where they happen for Benue, Plateau State, and now some parts of Southeast?
There is no farmer header crisis at this time. There used to be. And when there was a farmer header issue, it was seasonal. Okay? So, in the dry season, the herders moved with their cattle and in search of water for grazing and in search of grass. And around that, they would move around and could have clashes. That was clear. Now, however, what is happening in Benue State, Plateau State, that will not be farmer header crisis. Now, that one is mass slaughter. Now, industrial level slaughter. I don't know whether you listened to the Middle Belt groups last month when they were saying that the people doing this had depopulated over 20 square kilometers of contiguous territory across 3 states. Benue, Plateau, and Nasarawa State. The old Benue Plateau State.
Yes, sir.
Yes? That they had depopulated this area and that there was a political strategy to make that part, to so depopulate that place as to make the reconfigure the political demography of the Middle Belt. I don't know whether you heard that. I'm not the person who said this. It is the Middle Belt groups who put it together, who put out the statement. And it was not from a faceless set of people. They actually addressed a press conference, which was very widely covered. So the people who were saying this put their names to it. What have the security agencies done? Nothing. I can tell you I've spoken to at least 2 governors in the Middle Belt. I'm not going to tell you what they told me, but I can say for certain that the theory that those groups put out is not unknown to people at the highest levels of political leadership in the Middle Belt.
So what thing they happen? Why it be say why are security agencies they a bit too weak or they don't want to be proactive in tackling this matter heads on?
I cannot speak for the security agencies. They have their spokespersons, but it's not difficult to see what the issues are. One is that conflict is actually very lucrative. Okay? There is no part of Nigeria in which conflict has ended once it starts. Look, if you're probably in the South, or you're from the South, or you're close to the South. If you are, you will know that the Joint Task Force was deployed in the South in 1994. It is still there today, over 3 decades later. It was supposed to be a short-term insertion to help manage a short-term problem. It is still there. Right or wrong?
Yes, it is.
In the Middle Belt, We had a joint task force deployed. It is still there, it's just been renamed. In the northwest, northeast, we had one. It has been renamed. It is still there. Across the country, in every state of Nigeria, the armed forces are deployed in internal security operations. At the moment, over 85% of our armed services, of our troops, are involved in internal security operations. That will tell you that internal security operations have become ends in themselves. There is money to be made off of them. That's number one. Okay? Now, number two, Nigeria, sadly, ECOWAS, under the leadership of Nigeria, mismanaged the crisis in Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. And those countries provided us with a strategic buffer to the Sahel. Since they decided effectively that they were going to leave ECOWAS in September 2023, of course, the decision became fully effective January 2025, but the real effective date is 16th of September 2023. Since that time, the security crisis in Nigeria, insecurity crisis in Nigeria has risen, and the infiltration of our borders has intensified. Okay?
Yes.
And so the security services, I will tell you, a lot of these people who are causing this wahala are what? They are not Nigerians, they are foreigners.
Yes.
That is part of the Okay? Now, thirdly, of course, there is the whole issue of border management. And now you hear the armed forces saying we need to install fences around our borders. But that's really nonsensical, because the only reason if you want to install fences, well, it's good procurement. It's a lot of money to put fence across several of those borders. If you go around Nigeria's borders, you know that most of the places are manned. And if you're putting fences, you have to award contracts. People have to procure the fences, the metal bars that you're going to be putting up. That's a lot of money. But once you finish with that, Babambola will come and start cutting it up so that they can smelt it and they can make things with it. So it's no use. I mean, Babambola, meanwhile, has been smelting up the metal on Second Niger Bridge, no be so? And the railings on Third Mainland Bridge in Lagos. So why would Babambola leave unmanned metal in the borderlands of Nigeria in the north? It doesn't make sense. But so it tells you, when these kinds of ideas are coming out, it's either that people want to divert money or people are desperate, or both.
All right. Some people don't also look at the possible interference of Western influence. So inside some of this kata where they happen for the areas and for different areas and for Nigeria.
Please, Western, every time, Western. Are we not ashamed of ourselves? We claim to be independent. Every time when we mismanage our situation, we say the West has done to us. I don't want to get into it, because what it says is that we infantilize ourselves. We are so stupid, we cannot. It is the West that is doing everything. If that is the case, why don't we just invite the West to come around the country? Are we that stupid? Everything is Western. Western subversion, Western infiltration, Western this, Western that. Why do people then go and take power in Nigeria the way they do?
Right.
And then the people who take power will come and steal our money and take to the same West that they say is dealing with us. Does it make sense to you?
All right, sir. So make we speak on the way forward. As a human rights lawyer, what will be the right thing when Nigerians feel do at this time where people they look like say they press people mouth, may they no talk. What Nigerians feel do to make sure say they hold government accountable no matter how, so that they go feel live up to their responsibilities.
It's up to Nigerians to decide whether or not they wish to hold government accountable. It's not up to me. I'm not going to tell anybody whether or not they want to hold government accountable. It's up to Nigerians. If Nigerians want to hold government accountable, it's up to us. If we don't want to hold government accountable, it's also up to us. It's our choice as citizens to decide what to do. I mean, I may be a human rights lawyer, but that does not make me wiser than any other Nigerian alive.
All right. And again, I go like ask, waiting can be the way forward and the future of Nigeria with all of these things. Because you know, say don't they like say we don't do around this circle. We don't run this circle small.
In what area?
In every area. Nigerians and just want a semblance of good governance. Small. Something where resemble good governance. Something where look like I'm small. And remember saying I want to make people ask for change for 2015, thinking say Buhari for bring the change. And then it can't lead us to where we did today. And then we see they continue around that same circle. So waiting you fit advice. So waiting as person will be say, you get deep eye. What is this if you advise based on what you see for your spirit eye, where will fit do to push for that success where all of us they look for?
Not the Holy Spirit eye. If I add wish eye now, I say I the wish. Now, first of all, Buhari, by the way, now that you refer to him, Buhari brought change now. You see, what happened in 2015? Buhari said he was offering change. Nobody was prepared to ask him, at least not enough people were prepared to ask him what kind of change. And that is the problem we have. We want magic. We don't want to ask uncomfortable questions. Buhari brought change unquestionably so. But what kind of change? That's a different question. Did Buhari bring change? Yes, he did. That's all he promised. So Buhari delivered on what he promised. It's Nigerians who did not want to ask him any further questions about the nature of change he wanted to bring. That's not Buhari's problem. It is our problem. Okay? Number two, what are Nigerians to do? Nigerians have already made their choices. What God cannot do does not exist. We have decided that the only person who can fix Nigeria is God. And we have surrendered and that we abdicated everything to God. Now, the problem is that God has given us the capacities to address these things by ourselves. So when we abdicate, God leaves us alone. It is the same God that's the same way God dealt with the Israelites in the Bible. God is comfortable enough in himself not to take away from citizens or from human beings the things he's given the capability to do. So until we decide to use our God-given capabilities to free ourselves, we are going to be in this mess. So when people now say, for me, when I go to church, I worship as a Catholic. There's a prayer I don't say. They start reciting that nonsense, prayer for Nigeria in distress. I tell them, I don't say it. I've told the bishops, you're wasting time. You're being dishonest when you say you don't know our problems. You people, bishops, you will go and collect money from politicians to bless rig the elections, and then you come and tell God that you don't know what our problem is. You don't know how we entered this mess. Bishops are part of the problem. All you bishops, you people. Okay? Now, you will come and tell me to start praying my way out of the situation. I will not. All right? You'll come and tell me, tell Nigerians, God will help us. God will not help us. We now need to help God. And we need to decide how we want to help God, because in Nigeria, God has been helping us a long time. It is we who have never been helping God. How do we want to help God now? That is the question. And are we willing to do what it takes to help God?
All right. So what's in be your mindset on the state of democracy for Nigeria? And you think democracy is still the best option of government for us based on how we don't take
What's democracy?
Government of the people, for the people, by the people now. Government with the people, now then they in charge of
but I've told you here that our votes don't count. How can you be asking me what is the state of democracy? When last did the votes count in Nigeria?
So you share the same opinion. You share the same opinion way Peter Obi shared this morning when he talks. Say democracy don't die, especially inside this particular administration where Bola Ahmed Tinubu the head.
Our votes do not count unless our votes count and our votes are counted and declared honestly. Nobody can tell me it's a democracy. It can be anything. It can be civilian government, yes, or military-backed civilian government, yes. But please don't call it government of the people, by the people, for the people, because that's not true. The votes of the people do not count. INEC produced guidelines as to how elections were going to be run. Judges decided, in order to certify rigged election results, that those guidelines were not binding on INEC. And lawyers are telling us that that is the law. When does that happen? And we all take it for granted that this is how democracy is. No, that's not how democracy runs. Democracy has clear rules and uncertain outcomes. But here, our democracy has certain outcomes and uncertain rules. Don't you see that's a problem?
So what will go fit do now to make sure say we'll come practice that type of democracy we be so supposed to practice now? Would we just do like that?
Restore clear rules and preserve competitive on certain outcomes. It's that simple.
How we go feel restore the clear rule? Because some people they talk, say nothing they happen automatically. In fact, I get a guess we don't tell us here before. Say, no politician they do good by himself. Say that people they make them do good, or na people they make them they do good. And I make for even most Western world, it say they get better democracy. Now there are people they push them. They fit do the one where they don't like. The people go provoke. Say no, we're not gonna let you do this one. No. So what we go fit do as a people to make sure say we hold our leaders responsible to give us that kind of democracy where we need, where we know say na go bring better future for inside the government for Nigeria.
And this is why I have decided that the problem is not Tinubu, it is the opposition, APC'll, Peter Obi, Labour Party, PDP, NNPP, because they have sold out on the people.
How?
Every democracy needs an opposition. Tinubu has not been under pressure in respect of anything because there is no opposition. How do you declare state of emergency in Rivers State and no shirt is torn? No button falls off. No, nothing happens in National Assembly.
After the arrest underage people, they fear to go out, go protest. Now that's not the excuse when they give.
Excuse me. Why didn't they arrest APC'll? Where was APC'll? Where was Peter? They are too big to be arrested? What madness? How are you going to persuade me to vote for you when you think your life is so important you cannot take a beating on the head? Go and see Raila Odinga in Kenya. As I'm speaking to you, the leader of the opposition in Tanzania is undergoing a treason trial. If you meet Raila, you will see that the man has seen injury, physical injury. The man's eyes are almost perpetually bleeding water because Raila was tortured. So if Raila tells me stand there, I will stand there with Raila. These Nigerian opposition politicians are very, very nice. They speak nice English on Twitter. I'm sorry, I don't have time for them. They're my personal friends. So I know Peter, I know APC'll, I will not say I don't know them all. But I'm sorry, on this particular issue, I'm very, very hard on them right now. They're wasting people's time. Tinubu has not been under pressure at all. Everything he has wanted to do. National anthem, he changed in half day. He wants to borrow money, he borrows trillions. Nothing happens. Nobody says anything. Opposition, the parties are dead. And they are saying, well, Tinubu is killing the parties. If you are in charge of your party, Tinubu will not kill it for you. So the opposition is central to the problem. We don't have an opposition. And you've got to give it to APC, or the party that eventually became APC. They did opposition better than they have done government. Tinubu never left and joined PDP, even when they wanted him to. Tinubu stayed in the opposition until he built and rebuilt and reconfigured and coalesced to get his APC. Every opposition politician in Nigeria is doing what? Is joining APC. That's a part of our problem. But we see Tinubu as, I don't personally see Tinubu as part of the problem. Tinubu's business is not to make life very easy for anybody. But these people have chosen to make life easy for Tinubu. For 2 years, they have done absolutely nothing. Elections are coming from next year. All of a sudden, they want people to take them seriously. It's difficult. How many legislators do they have now? You don't realize that APC, as we speak, has enough legislators to change the constitution and write it into anything they want.
Yes. A lot of people don't deport to APC where we're recently.
Thank you.
That's taking us back to the National Assembly. Is it that we're helpless about the kind of laws where APC was supposed to create or amendments we're supposed to make? Because some people, they look forward to the National Assembly at least, making some amendment to our Electoral Act to make sure, say, elections indeed be free and fair. We know the figure.
What is wrong with the Electoral Act 2022?
You just talk now. Say you've been talking here too for inside this conversation. How it be say Electoral Act talk something else and then courts interpret another thing. So why not block that whole way courts they use interpret another thing? Those ones are something to start with.
There is nowhere in the world where you draft a law that has no room for court interpretation. No. There is nothing wrong, as far as I'm concerned, though. There is nothing wrong with the Electoral Act 2022 that half-decent human beings operating a half-decent system cannot put right. No. And there is no law you can prepare that with this National Assembly that will make elections work in Nigeria. Please, you people should stop misleading Nigerians. In 2022, I wrote a manual. I said this is how the 2023 elections will be rigged. It happened like that. If you want, I will send to you what I wrote. It happened exactly like that. 5 things that we are going to decide the 2025-23 elections. It wasn't difficult to see. Now, when that was happening, there were these young people who were saying, oh, go and collect your PVC. I said to you people, you're misleading people and not telling them the truth. They said, no, PVC. What did PVC do in 2023? It helped you. We are just good at being dishonest and not telling ourselves truth because what God cannot do does not exist. That is the problem we have. So we deserve what happens to us. I'm sorry.
All right, I want open phone lines gradually. I beg, I know see time don't there. Don't take your time. I beg, no vex. Make people just ask you questions. I know see Nigerians get a lot of questions to ask you. Unfortunately, I will not fit see your face to join you. I don't know whether I go try, whether I go fit follow us enter the studio again. Make we look whether this time the thing go better. Especially as my questions they go on ask you, so that I go feel react to those questions because a lot of people don't the summer question left, right, and center. Make it not be like saying a one-way conversation because I don't to talk plenty for inside this conversation so that others go feel put my join. So Nigerians, it's time for you to chime in on the conversation. Oh yeah, if you get questions for Oga Odinkalu, I beg just begin asking now. Make we know as it take do you for body. I still get plenty questions to ask because it's in the fear me. I not believe so we'll continue today like this for inside this country. Like say we no get hope and we no go feel get hope. I don't know why it be like that, but as it take be like this, make we see what we go feel do. Oh yeah, phone lines are open. Make wanna call the WhatsApp number within now or join us. So can you try to see if you can rejoin us in the studio? Let's see if you'll be better. Since we don't pursue the village people, then maybe they know we'll come back again.
That will be difficult because I'll have to end this, try to rejoin in the studio, and anything can happen with that.
Okay, but then can I call you with another different WhatsApp number so that I can use this to pick calls to speak to people?
That's fine.
Okay, thank you. I'll call you right away with a different WhatsApp number. All right, Nigerians' phone lines are open. I'm dropping the call now so I can call you back. So thank you so much. All right, phone lines are open. Let's jump right into it. Yeah. So begin to call Oga Chidi. Tell him how the team take do you for body. The WhatsApp line is 0817-029-4077. That's the WhatsApp number to call 0817-029-4077. Or you click on the link post and that link will bring you straight into the studio to join the conversation. That link waiting for the pin post will carry you straight enter inside the studio so that you go join the conversation. And I'd like to sincerely apologize for the initial chaos what we get for this conversation because the wahala been too much, but I do hope that at least the phone call will make the conversation a bit clear enough for us to get a meaningful conversation and make a look whether go quickly just reconnect with Odinkalu so that he could fit join the conversation to hear what you're going to talk. I think it would be better you call me on WhatsApp because that's the best place I'm sure he can hear you. So that since he's joining us over the phone, I think that's the best place he can hear you. All right. Let's see. I think I've got someone. Hello. Good evening.
Oh, good evening, my sister, Precious.
Sir?
My professor. Thank you, sir, for coming today.
He never connects yet. Will he try to connect with him?
Okay.
Go join us back here.
All right, connect him. I need to appreciate him.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, they talk. We'll see they try to join them. But just go ahead, they talk. I go fit to interpret to them the questions where you ask so that others go fit ask. Go ahead.
All right. A new Nigeria is possible. Everything is said, especially when it comes to your state and my state, which is a river state. It is possible that all these people will take them out of our state. But yes, Wike and I'm here.
We'll go fit commode them. Okay? Go ahead.
Because of the process of awarding this contract is not transparent. That is why we are having problem that somebody will just come and say this is how much they want to do this project and they just put it. Everything they are doing today using those money It's because of 2027 election. They are stealing this amount of money for the election. But we have hope for Nigeria. Like for me here, we shouldn't worry. In 2027, it's hungry Nigerians who they have denied basic amenities versus the APC government. If they like, let them fix electoral reform. Let them fix the INEC for Nigerians. The same way we sent some people, former governors in 2023, who do not believe they could never imagine in their life that they will lose election. The same way we send them back home. 2027, we will shock them. 70% or 80% of them will not return. Let them know today, President Tinubu and co, they should know that election of 2027 will end at the poll. If they fail to give us electoral reform, we are not going to court because all institution is in his hand. So now there is hope. There is hope for us. Don't give up. We will end it at the poll. That was the same thing the current president of Ghana said to the president then, that he is not going to court because when he contested against the president then, he went to court while he won the election at the polling unit. But he went to court. The president used the institution and swept him out. So when he was coming again, he said they are not going to court. Only that statement alone made them to call him and congratulate him even before the end of the election, because they know what will happen. So this time around in Nigeria, we are not going to any judiciary. Our election result will come out from the polling unit. No professor will come and rig election for us.
It's also not get the mind to do anything like that.
Precious, don't worry yourself. Precious, relax. Don't worry yourself. This is a new Nigeria that is coming. Relax yourself. Forget about what is happening. See, when hunger will come, only you will not know when you will be on the street. Don't worry.
The hunger pass the one where they go through right now.
It's just like me. That is the thing now you will do when that time reach, because now you have not seen any avenue for you. But when it reach that time of election, there are things that will happen. 2023 was a small thing. People, what happened 2023 would have, the thing we are planning today for 2027 would have been something that will even come up in 2023. But people look at the body language of Peter Obi and they stopped, they couldn't move forward. But this time around, Nigeria are not waiting for anybody to tell to hit the street. Because you are the one suffering. Obi is a rich man. Even if Obi politics.
All right. Hello.
Take their destiny in their hands.
All right. And remind me your name and where you call from again, because Prof don't join us now, so then go feel response to this and where you talk. What's your name and where you call from? Hello. Your network don't come dey bad though. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, I think your network is really bad. I have to let you go. All right, so Prof, while you were away, somebody called us and he was talking about the 2023 election, and he said 2027 election. And in talk, say this time around, this election no go the way the other election take go. Say this time around, they must make sure say the election no reach court. Say it will end for inside the polling units. Say they must score the right results. He thinks say Nigerians then get the mind to do this kind of thing. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I hear you.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. So go ahead with what you said. Prof can hear you now, so he's listening.
Okay, let me just greet my prof now. Prof, thank you, sir. Millions of Nigerians, I don't know hope you are giving to millions of Nigerians. We appreciate you. We know set of professors who have put Nigeria into pain, but you are not one of them. You are one of the professors that want Nigeria to move forward. So we respect you for that. Keep doing what you are doing. The next generation, we are watching you. We are following your footsteps, and we strongly believe that the new Nigeria is possible. Like I was saying earlier, let me just break it down in a common language, because our sister like what they use broken, so that the common people, the message we are sending to people deep there. I'm in United Kingdom calling, so that you know my location. So the better Nigeria, what would they look for? Is possible. Like I was saying earlier, sir. I said this time, 2027, now for polling unit will end. What happened 2023 was just a little show. Nigeria defended those things, reclaimed their mandate, but it was the body language of the people, the person they voted for. But this time around, the hunger has pushed Nigeria. We are not waiting for anybody.
All right. Thank you. Okay. I appreciate you, my brother from UK. Thank you so much. Prof, would you like to react to that if you have anything to say about that? I don't know what that even means.
No. No, the test of the pudding, of course, will be in the eating. 2027 is not too far away, and as I said, primaries begin next year. As a matter of fact, the canvassing for primaries will begin this year. Once you finish Independence Day, canvassing for primaries will begin because primaries will be by mid next year, okay, or before mid next year. So it's not going to be far away from now, too far away from now. It's less than 1 year. The parties have got to be clear about who their candidates are. So, and already APC has said they have a candidate for the presidency. APC'll have said they have a candidate for the presidency, the same candidate as the APC.
Yes.
Okay? So you're going to be seeing a lot of these things being sorted out. Meanwhile, we are still dealing with coalition. And it reminds me of 1983 when, Awo and Zeke and were talking about progressive coalition. Meanwhile, NPN was on the ground sorting things out. In the end, they manufactured a result which are called a landslide or a moonslide. It's not much different here. APC has got a steady, stable operation that is into electoral banditry. And meanwhile, the people who should have provided opposition from before they won have been out to lunch. At the end of the elections, Atiku went on holiday. And in the absence, because of the leadership vacuum that you had in the major opposition party, the parties went somewhere else. The parties became moribund, essentially. So at the moment, we don't have opposition political parties, and the government is not going to allow the registration of new political parties. So how are they going to do this thing? That's the problem. It's not going to be easy to get this thing together. Just even if you had the right configuration of people, it's not going to be very easy. And that's the problem here. And people, I think, are underestimating the extent of the problem. And hungry people are not going to be the people feeling the situation. You're so hungry in this situation, you will all of a sudden go and use your hunger to stop people rigging election. Of course, it's not going to happen. I want to be very realistic. I want things to change. This situation is unsustainable. But things can only change if we are honest with ourselves. The government has weaponized hunger into a tool for political domination.
So, Prof, you do remember that, or you do know that it's not only the opposition parties that have internal crises, even the APC itself, because a lot of people they mumble for, they mumble for inside APC too. They know they happen, and some of these people don't come back and talk, so they go make sure say they support anything we go come out to for office. Not be me talk. A lot of opposition people don't talk. A lot of APC people don't talk too. So you not think say that one at one edge or something where BC feel make the game change and they different this period.
There is only one thing that will make people do different if they have an ideological commitment. It's not if they are committed to anywhere believers, any government in power. Yes? So you don't see my good friend, Ali Ndume, is like wind vane. Today, hunger catch up, he go scream. Tomorrow, they give him food, he go shut up. Or he go begin talk something different. So this is the problem. When people can't even stand on one principle, they go, carry belly, they do anything, they flap belly anyhow. Now you say, well, dinner. So all this talk about say APC people, which APC people? The APC people were carry you, they were carry the 5 place where they go put up begin so. Now they go, they tell you this thing, believe her. Okay, believe now.
All right, make I go back to my phone.
All these people are looking for money.
All right.
Yes,
thank you. Make we enter phone calls again because people do wait. Hello, good evening. Sincere apologies for keeping you on hold for a while. Welcome.
No problem. Good evening.
Thank you.
Precious.
Thank you.
Prof, good evening.
He can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Prof, Prof, you have been we hear you clear, loud and clear. You have been bold, fearless, blunt, no rules bad. But the question that I have for you is
what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is TY. I'm calling from the US.
Okay, TY, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, and thank you, Precious, for this interview. Prof, you seem to be saying that Nigerians have been taken, for a ride by this government. And my question to you is there anything good that you can say this government has done? Thank you.
All right, sir. Prof.
Which kind of question is this one? Nobody is supposed to tell me, say, you say me, if I get bad belly for this government, say, see the kind good thing where this government be don't do. Once you tell me the good things where the government don't do, me, I go begin dance pakosa. I can't be answering. I'm not a spokesman. I'm not Bayo Nonuga. It's Bayo's business to tell us the good things the government has done. If I cannot pay my way, because no matter how much I earn, I have to be in a local government area, and I have to run a hospital, and a security service, and a power generating unit, and an anti-corruption program, just to make ends meet. And after all of that, I have to be Oxfam as well, and support too many people. And at the end of the day, you're trying to tell you the good things the government has done. That's a bit too much. But Precious, I don't know whether it is the demographic of your audience. But if all of us are in the diaspora, and there are no diaspora votes, and the most articulate voices are from the diaspora, where will the people who will police these votes be?
No worry yourself. The diaspora votes, they come. Besides, most of them, they come back Nigeria, come vote. No worry about that one. That side will get uncovered. You never hear, say, INEC chairman say you don't transmit some things, go National Assembly. One of them na diaspora votes. Apart from that one, they go come back, come vote. I
am just putting it on the table. Okay, because we take all of these things for granted.
Okay, sir.
No, because why I ask the question, Prof, is that these people they don't put down a catalog of things where they say they don't do. So and we the outside, they listen to them, we they hear what our own people they say and what they ask, and we're trying to. But when we compare the things that Bayo Nanuga and all these other people they talk. And then we see what is happening, and we hear from our people there. They don't seem to correlate, because that's all I'm asking you, because you are a policy analyst. You have more information. So my question be say, so maybe say everything if you score this government, you go give them 0. This government, I would call them a clear, distinct F.
On a ratio of 10, sir, what would the score be?
F. What else can F be?
1 over 10 is an F.
Yes.
2 over 10 is also an F.
Prof, will you ask them to resit the exam, or you ask them to withdraw? Okay, now let's all of us are Nigerians, wherever we may be. Can you please give me 3 distinct achievements of this government?
The president did what nobody has done. He removed subsidy, which has been a conduit pipe for selected few sucking our money. That's what the president said they've done.
First of all,
they floated the naira, which people have been using to make money.
Let me deal with removal of subsidy.
Okay,
counting removal of subsidy as achievement is like saying someone has brain cancer and your answer is cut off the neck. Is that an achievement?
But sir, say all the top political presidential candidates and talk say they go come out subsidy that time. So not be only this president talks they go come out.
No, excuse me, because I have reviewed all the documentation. The Ministry of Finance advised against removal of subsidy. And they said it was going to deepen poverty. Now, what is the problem with subsidy? The problem with subsidy is not subsidy, it is corruption.
Yes, that's what he said.
We talk about removal of subsidy because we are not willing to address corruption. Let me, by the way, tell you. Now, you're talking about removal of subsidy. But you cannot remove subsidy in a situation in which you have no exports and your currency is what it is. Your currency is supported. Your currency is not fully floated. Because as long as you must support your currency, it means you have to make up for the deficit between
the
landing price, between landing price and cost price.
But people they talk in no country. But people they talk in no country they really leave their currency floating like that now because people currency and economy go fall if they leave them like that. So you control the floating.
It is not a question of controlling the floating. It is a question of producing. Now, as I speak to you, by the way, the Warri refinery has been producing some petrol. But that petrol that was being produced by Warri refinery was being re-exported back into Nigeria by some people. I don't think you people understand the depth of our crisis at all. People are not prepared to understand the depth of the Nigerian crisis. And we rather want to just sit down and swallow nonsense, manifest nonsense. And you can show. It is not difficult to show that the nonsense is manifest.
So that means the same thing we would avoid from subsidy still happen indirectly.
The idea that we count removal of subsidy as achievement is mad. There's no other way to describe it. Why? Because subsidy is a misdiagnosis. I'm not the person saying this. The National Assembly did a massive hearing, produced a report that said the same thing. Federal Ministry of Finance said the same thing. These are official reports. These are not my personal opinions. And I have tried to tell you, if you can only say subsidy is progress in exactly the same way that you say cutting off the neck is an answer to brain tumor or to brain cancer. If that is it, by all means, please do.
Okay, but I mean, they don't take up some gigantic projects like the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. I mean, that's not one of the achievements we did already plot at. Then give students loan. That's not one of the achievements we did. It's a make a name achievement for you. And this now waiting the president's spokespersons don't talk repeatedly, especially as Afeni Ferre talk and other people talk. They answer them. Say then give student loan. For the first time for Nigeria, apart from the former time for this democracy, students they don't get hope, say they go school because of the loan where they give them.
Excuse me.
Sir?
Now, you are giving students loan in an economy in which the value of the currency is depreciating and there are no prospects for productive activity. Yes? Look, the thing is, all the principles of basic economics are upended in the things that are counted as progress. Right? I'm not saying, those who want to collect the loans should please collect them. Whether anybody is going to repay those loans is another matter. And I can tell you for free, having spoken to a lot of the students, I happen to be a pro-chancellor of a university at the moment. Having spoken to quite a few students, it is very clear that for those students, for many students, the understanding is this is their share of the national cake.
So it's a grant.
You may think you're giving students.
So it's a grant.
Sorry?
So it's a grant for all they care.
And for a lot of students, this is their share of the national cake, and they have received the money. They're happy with it. Go and collect. And excuse me, how are you going to collect loans from students who have no prospects for jobs? Where are the jobs? We're in a country with no promise of mobility for young people. Politicians, look, a federal capital territory minister is strutting around in a Rolls Royce. Right? A man who has never had a responsible job in his life for one day is strutting around in a Rolls Royce. produce, going around in one set
And I
of
think a
designer
Bentley,
wear
I think a Bentley
after
Benz, yeah, but I think a Bentley too, or something like that, if I feel remember.
Thank you. And we are celebrating student loan. Are we not ashamed of ourselves? Are we not ashamed of ourselves?
Okay. So other things with this administration don't do them. Talk say the loophole them where them block for inside subsidy and all that don't create jobs and it don't make people don't get employment. This time waiting them talk. See, by on no been talk, see, in go fin name 100 gains of the Tinubu's administration, especially the floating of subsidy. 100 gains. But you know to mention plenty.
Which job have they created? Which have they created? Which job have they created?
Jobs.
What jobs? No jobs?
They don't name the jobs. They say they create jobs, more employment.
It's okay. Okay, all right. When the jobs, we shall see them.
Okay, make I take call. Maybe some people, as they here now. So this is an open conversation. Kindly call in if you have answers to Prof's questions, so that people go fit. Maybe people go call in tell us some of those benefits, so that you know go be like say this conversation they one sided.
How do you create jobs in an economy in which companies are pulling out of the country?
Oh wow. Okay. All right, sir.
Where are you going to? If companies are pulling out of the country, where will the jobs come from?
All right, sir. Person there on the line, maybe you can get questions so you want to ask you. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Yeah, Precious, I don't call before. I spoke with Prof. I think the line went off. So
okay, so please kindly make it quick. Kindly make it quick so that others can jump in.
Okay, I just want to. My name is Tiwa again.
Okay.
From the US, I've spoken before. I just want to thank Prof. For being very forthright. We'll keep fighting from here. But we'll keep hope alive. Thank you for all you said, and Precious, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Make I take to some people waiting inside the studio. Make us see whether they go fit talk to us. Hello, good evening, Mop, and welcome. Unfortunately, you may not hear Mop, but I would have preferred you call in so that he can hear you. But just go ahead, Mop. Yes, I can hear you. I would help pass your message across to Prof once you ask your question. Mm. Mm-hmm. So, what are those disagreements? Kindly name it so that he can respond to them. Okay. What is your disagreement on about RFI? Mm. Mm. So let me ask him that question. Let me ask him that so that he can respond one at a time. Okay, go ahead. Mm. Mm. Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, Prof, he wants to know. He said he disagrees with you. He agrees with everything you've said. In believe you say what you talk, they correct. But say the only one aspect or two when you no agree with you. Now, what you talk about RFI, say you no go support make RFI near anybody, especially in terms of deputizing somebody. Maybe deputizing somebody like Peter Obi or anybody. Say because say a deputy or a vice president, they like spare tire. Say you no go do in charge of governance. So say it no really matter. You can't give example, say people they talk, say even the vice president we did now get something to do with Boko Haram. But say no being the vice president, say you no really matter according to waiting in talk, not be me talk am. So that one where you talk, say we go need an error file. So say no agree with you for that one where you say you know go get anything to do with error file. Then secondly, he said something about electronic voting that you said it doesn't really matter, but that he's saying that it matters a lot because it will make room for more transparency so that people could see what they vote for in real time and they could believe that's what they vote for. So say you know agree with you for two of those things where you talk. Do you have a response?
Number one, no politician alive in Nigeria will make El Rufai vice president because El Rufai will kill them. I started off saying El Rufai is a killer. So the idea of a lot of people.
So is this not too much? Okay, sorry,
with
sir.
all due respect, a lot of people. Excuse me, a lot of people I'm sorry to say this. A lot of people are talking dumb, very dumb. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Okay, so you'll be campaigning all around Nigeria with El Rufai, right? This is the same person who said that who, by the way, converted Kaduna State into a Muslim state and said that model has to be across all Nigeria. This is the same person who made body bags a political method in Nigeria and liquidation a political method in Nigeria. And he'll be campaigning all around, and now all of a sudden now telling you that the people whom he set out to kill in southern Kaduna or other places are all of a sudden human beings, and those people are supposed to take him seriously because you're desperate for power. Go to hell with your desperation for power. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. You know, it is this desperation that has got us where we are. And people want to be desperate, so desperate for power that they can do anything. El Rufai cannot be part of any promise of a different sort of Nigeria. If Peter Obi or whoever it is produces an El Rufai as close to them, not even on their ticket, I am sorry. I will go with Tinubu for 2031. Tinubu must do a third term. That one is not negotiable. And I am going to go out and campaign in my name with my face on it.
Okay.
It's really that straightforward.
So his second question.
No, I don't. Is what?
His second question on electronic voting and electronic transmission.
Excuse me, in a country in which you don't have NEPA, you're doing electronic voting. How many parts of Nigeria have energy? How much energy do you generate? We want to try and do things. Go to Machina in Yobe State and do electronic voting. Or go to Ilela in Sokoto State and do electronic voting. Yes? There are people going around this country. If we go to Mayobelwa, Mayobelwa is relatively urban in Adamawa State. Mayobelwa connects you to different parts of places. Or go to Lao in Taraba State. Go and do electronic voting there. And then come back and let us discuss this thing. Because a lot of people, look, Niger State is 76,800 square kilometers. Do you know what that means? That is over 2.5 times all the 5 states of Southeast Nigeria. Yes? Now, there is a local government area in Niger State that is 11,560 square kilometers. Do you know what that means? That means, one local government area. That means Imo and Anambra State plus half of Anambra State.
Together.
Right? And the scale of Borno State is nearly 71,000 square kilometers. It's over 70,000. It's over 70,000. Now, as I was telling somebody, Marte local government area to the west of the floodplains of the Lake Chad is about the size of Lagos State. We can't even do basic minimal deployment in some local government areas. And I'm not even, talking about, say, the local government area in Bauchi State, which is about the and the rate is relatively. The thing is, if people are going to take time to unemployment in Nigeria, a lot of the fanciful talk about electronic voting will be minimized in one election cycle. I'm not saying it is not desirable to have electronic voting, but the idea that you can just magic it into being one time is just not viable. It is much easier. If people understand what electronic voting means, it is much easier to say, look, we've got at the moment, 120,000 or thereabouts polling units. Each of those polling units can be equipped with a capability to transpond results to the National Collation Center in national single constituency election. And there's only one national single constituency election, that's the presidency, which is what was provided for in 2022. Results are declared at the PU. The results get sent directly from the PU to the National Collation Center. That means what? You cut out the
local
ward collation, you cut out local government collation, cut out state collation, which is where the rigging happens. In the transportation between polling unit to ward to local government to state, a lot of numbers get changed. If you cut those out, it is about how you manage results. That was what was dealt with in 2022. And that's what I'm saying, that there is no reason why we cannot run half-decent elections with the 2022 Electoral Act. Right. We don't need a new law. What we need is to make the law that we have work.
Thank you. All right, I've got someone on the line. Hello, good evening. Sincere apologies for keeping you on hold because I needed Prof's response to reactions to some of the questions. Go ahead, please. What's your name?
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you.
This is Ugo. Calling from United Kingdom.
You're welcome. Go ahead. Straight on, please.
I come make I greet my brother, Prof.
Oh, okay. Now only greeting in one greet him.
Make him live long. You see this election, where would they talk about 2027? If this result is not written, boldly written, and they handed over to the man in charge, they will not even talk of election and electoral material in the first instance, because the kind of lifestyle he's living, you can never trust anybody, no matter how close you are to him. You understand? So all this effort of we will fight, we will do this thing, we will do this thing. I just hear Professor one state. He made a statement, and that statement re-echoed and re-echoed, because that's what I continue telling people. Nigeria is a situation, is a country of Ifechi Fotal. What God cannot do does not exist. You understand? Somebody that is armed to the teeth is about to kill you, and the only thing that they will tell you is to leave it for God, even when it is your birthright. And they will say, leave it to God, pray about it. So, and we have succeeded. Everybody's soul, body, and the soul has been over-diluted. You understand, with tribalism and religion, and nobody is willing to fight anymore. So we'll be hoping on God until the day He wishes to rescue the country, as we have been praying.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I want to believe that I would rather let Prof react to that on this other conversation. It's this person has been trying to reach us all along. Let's see. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Hello.
Precious.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you, Precious. Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead, please. Go ahead, please, very quickly with your question.
Prof. Yeah, I'm Prince. Thank you, sir.
Okay, we can hear you.
Prof, I agree with you to some extent. There are some things I may be a bit different from you. One thing I agree with you is the story of El-Rufai. And another one is about the electoral reform you talk about, which is one thing we are talking about, the reform. I picked some points from what you said. If we can work with the current one, add a little feature to it, we will make Nigeria a better place.
Prof, the one I differ a little with you is talking about the stomach of Nigeria. They are hungry, they are easily taking money, and they will not do anything positive 2027. I will disagree with you over that one because 2027, look at the governor of Akwa Ibom State and the governor of Delta State. Delta people rejected APC. Akwa Ibom people rejected APC. Today, they come to APC. Has anything changed from Tinubu and Buhari? Tinubu time is even worse than Buhari time. So, people of Nigeria, in 2023, let me remind you, Professor, they induced the people, they brought the money, but Nigeria still did what they did. Just the only problem we have is that they rigged the election. But we are sure we have so much people on ground. It's not business as usual. The election of 2027 is going to end at the pool. Nigeria might be hungry, but they will do what is right.
Right. Thank you.
They are awarding all those contracts, doing all those things does not mean Nigeria people who don't have people that has integrity, even if they take the money, they will do what they do. And I will support you for the case of Erufai. It is true. Before Erufai will come to say he's a messiah to Nigeria, let him go back to Kaduna and return the land they claim back to the people and bring those people they killed under his watch as a governor. Bring them back to life and go and produce those people that he said he paid money, the machineries, to disrupt a good luck regime if he did not hand over to APC that become a nuisance to Nigeria. Erufai has to go back and clean those messes. We know they are not the messiah to Nigeria, but a new Nigeria is what we have now coming up.
Right.
We admire you, sir. You are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Continue what you are doing. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Just to get it clear. Okay. All right. I don't know, Prof. Did you hear what he said? Would you like to react to those?
No, I mean, he's expressing a wish for 2027. I would say amen to his wishes. Well, may God keep us alive and let us see what happens.
Okay.
But I've got to run along because I've got to go into another meeting.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I mean, you've done about 2 hours with me, and it's amazing. Sincere apologies for this hitch. It was unplanned. I wonder. This is the first time since I started this show that I would hear a guest audio, and the guest will not be heard by the public. I don't know the manner of interruption where this one be, but whatever it is, I'm glad that you were patient with me for us to conquer it to an extent. I'll bet some haphazard broadcast, but I managed to do something. I deeply appreciate you, Prof. Thank you so much.
Right. Thanks so much for what you do.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I do hope. Okay, all right then. Okay, so hello, good evening, our dreamland. Thank you. Welcome. How are you? I know they hear you. Check your audio. I know they hear you. Don't go. Go ahead. Uh, you go here. Thank you. Go ahead. Mm, mm, mm. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead. Mm, Hmm. Okay, so people cannot hear you too, and this is the first time I'm having this issue too. And you can hear me, and me, I can hear you, but I don't know why they cannot hear you. On that note, let me use my church for today because it be like say they want me to close shop for today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, yeah, thank you. Come do and call me for backyard, make a come do for me, sharp, sharp. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you for your patience, for standing by me throughout this broadcast. It's been really very challenging. I honestly cannot even phantom this manner of interruption, audio interruption. I've never experienced this before, but I would ensure I work on it to forestall future occurrence. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you. Thank you so much for your patience, for your love, for your overwhelming support. And I know say I love Ona now. Even those who I waiting say I don't love them. I love all of Ona. Look, I am Buhari. I am for everybody and for nobody. Because I love all of you very equally. And in all of this, protect your mental health. We'll continue to speak for the growth and development of our nation. And we won't stop talking. The day we stop talking, we'll start dying. Some people will say we don't even die when we talk. When we no come they talk, I go take B. So continue to talk for the growth and development of our country, Nigeria. And I like to again state that everything we be say guests then talk for this show and call us talk. Now strictly the opinion, no, my hand, my leg, no day inside. No be talk any of them. So I will see you on the next time. My name is Precious Inyi. It's always a pleasure to be with you guys. I had to draw the curtain right here. It's so sad that this ended this way. But then thank you so much. I'll see you again tomorrow evening, God willing. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Protect your mental health. I love you. Have yourself a good day.